As the public inquiry into Trudeau's Arrivescam debacle, as well as the billion-dollar slush fund continues, it appears that the chair of Sustainable Development Technology for Canada has resigned. Let's get into it.
Oh, yeah!
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to The Fringe. My apologies for the head stroke there. It's tough under these lights. Sometimes you get itchy, but I wanted to talk today about the ongoing development that's going on when we talk about Arrivescam, when we talk about everything going on with this billion-dollar slush fund that's being created and leaked to the public as Larry Brock, as well as other conservative MPs, continue to pursue for the truth and find out and uncover everything that's gone on with taxpayer money essentially being wasted and thrown out the window. Now, we've seen that the recruitment company that was hired during Arrivescam has done zero work and also claimed $11 million out of the $54 million that was spent for the Arrivecan app. And I'm anxious to see what else comes down as they dig through this information. Again, a lot of what's been talked about in that debacle has been silenced by votes from the Liberals and NDP. And we've heard claims of saying, when you look at Paul Martin, when you look at Jean Chrétien and the sponsorship scandal, prime ministers have been brought down for far less. And again, it begs the question of how is it that Justin Trudeau and the corrupt government can skate this long without any kind of repercussions? But I think we're starting to see some. And I said, a few weeks ago that with all of this unfolding, I think this could be the start of the end for Trudeau. And I think this new tweet kind of sheds some light on that as to where we're headed. Larry Brock tweeting out Sunday evening, Trudeau's chair resigns. Breaking news, Trudeau's appointed chair of his $1 billion green slush fund resigns. She funneled over $200,000 of taxpayer money to a company she is the CEO of. Talk about corruption. More to come as parliamentary committees continue to investigate Trudeau's slush fund. So again, we'll be following this on the channel, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be covering it more and more as time goes on. But you can see here the Globe and Mail covering that, in fact, the chair did resign, growing controversy throughout this the whole green technologies scam. And of course, this is about your carbon taxes. This is where you see carve-outs for the eastern provinces of Canada, with Trudeau giving free heat pumps and a pause on collecting carbon taxes. But when it comes to the rest of Canada, we're left out in the cold, literally. It's no surprise, ladies and gentlemen, where we're headed. But of course, the CBC released an article last week. And again, people get mad when I cover these. I like covering these only because it shows the other side, and it shows just how much they twist things and how much they try to show their prostitute badge when it comes to, bowing down and licking the heels of Justin Trudeau. But it shows here that the Ethics Commissioner investigating the chair of Federal Green Fund, chair of Sustainable Development Technology Canada, approved 2 grants to her own business during the COVID-19 pandemic. The Federal Ethics Commissioner has launched an investigation into the chair of the board of directors of a federal green fund after she participated in the approval of more than $200,000 in grants to a private firm she directed. In a letter to Conservative MP Michael Barrett on Thursday, which was last week, Ethics Commissioner Conrad von Fickenstein said he will examine the conduct of Sustainable Development Technology Canada board chair Annette Verschuren. Verschuren is also the chair of Chief Executive Officer NR Store Inc., a Toronto-based energy storage firm. Surprise, surprise. She confirmed to a parliamentary committee last week that as SDTC's chair, she participated in approving grants to NR Store totaling $217,000 in 2020 and 2021. Now, this again draws me back to part of the reason that I keep skating back to it. And again, I'm waiting for the day when this erupts. But this is where, when you look at Justin Trudeau's separation from his wife, it's no surprise that less than 72 hours after their separation was announced, they come out and declare, hey, Sophie is now exempt from conflict of interest because she's no longer married to the Prime Minister of Canada. They are legally separated. But she also has a telecommunications business that, well, my guess is they're funneling money through the government for that too. Now, when you see that one woman who's on a board sends $217,000 to her own organization, that's a huge conflict of interest. Again, makes me wonder what's going on with Sophie and when we're going to see that blow up. The grants were part of a federal Green Fund's efforts during COVID-19 pandemic to send money to companies with existing funding arrangements with SDTC. So she's lining the pockets of friends. The goal of the total of funding of $40 million was to help businesses financially survive the challenges caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. So she's funneling it to businesses involved with her company to help them survive the problem that their government caused. She has chaired the board of directors in Sustainable Development Technology Canada since 2019. She told committee that she receives an annual salary of $120,000 from NR Store in addition to her remuneration from SDTC. So she's getting two paydays there. In a message posted on social media Friday morning, Barrett said she was another Liberal under investigation for an ethics violation. Verschuren has not yet responded to an emailed request for comment. It's starting to unravel. And this is, again, where I'm starting to question the validity. And I know people are going to say, well, no kidding, but the validity of anything the government has done. This is theft at its finest. I've always been one of those people who lives on the premise, hey, taxation is theft. I know it's a meme. I know it's a joke. But this just shows where your tax dollars go. When you look at wasted money, when you look at wasted revenue within the government, it definitely makes you question how much of the money that we pay in taxes. Don't forget, folks, roughly 30 to 40% of your wage goes to taxes. And then when you go to buy gas, food, clothing, everything else you need after you've paid your income tax and your CPP and your EI and everything else, you're taxed again with GST anytime you go to purchase something, sometimes HST or PST, depending on where you live in the country. These tax dollars are being wasted on NGOs. They're being wasted in many places on many different slush funds like this. And it really makes me question what is going on behind closed doors in the government and how much money could we save the average taxpayer by cutting these things out and disbanding them, getting rid of them. I know Pierre Poilievre touts, I want to lower people's taxes. I don't know what's going to happen there. But hopefully some of these things get trimmed off to the point where people are paying a lot less tax on their paychecks and they're able to bring more home. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Are you surprised this woman has resigned? Do you think that spells bigger trouble as more documents continue to come out, as more testimony continues to come out? Let me know what you guys think down below. Again, we'll be covering this story as it continues to develop. I've reached out to Larry Brock's people multiple times, and we're trying to find a way to work Larry onto coming onto the channel. The problem is that these inquiries go quite late. These MPs still have to do their job in the House. They're very busy. So trying to find time to come onto a channel like myself is very pressing. So we're going to try to get something arranged in the future. Hopefully Larry or Michael Barrett or any of those conservative MPs can join us here on the channel to discuss a little further into what's going on. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it has earned your subscription if it hasn't yet. As you're clicking that subscribe button, make sure to hit the bell for notifications and join us live every week here on the channel at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time on Sundays as we do our weekly wrap and go over everything we've talked about this week, as well as everything coming up in the week ahead. We do a little Q&A and back and forth with the community as well. It gives me a chance to get to know you guys outside of making these videos, and I always love getting to see new folks in there. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and have yourself a wonderful day. I'll catch you on the next one.